Welcome to Prozone Solar Systems. Today we have Mr. Samir with us and hello sir. We have some frequently asked questions by our viewers. So I have collected some of those questions and I am going to ask one by one so that our viewers' questions will be answered properly to their satisfaction. So let's start with the first one. Sir, can you say what is DC solar system?
See, DC solar system is direct current solar system. I just told you the full form. But actually, it is a limited voltage, which is a battery voltage, that is 12 volts, 24 volt, and 48 volts. See, certain appliances have to run only in 12 volts, some in 24 volts, and 48 volts. So, why we do only the DC solar system? Because it doesn't depend at all on the grid line. So there is no connection between the grid line. So it is a completely independent system which runs morning time from solar panel and evening time from battery itself. So there is no connection between the grid line.
Thank you very much, sir. So as you got the answer, it is in the morning time it is going to run from the panel and in the night time starting from the evening is going to run from the battery. So it is completely off-grid system. Sir, how can we say it is zero electric bill?
See, why we say it is a zero electricity bill? Because there is no connection between the grid line. What happens? Morning time, it charges battery, it runs the load, and at evening, the load is run by the battery only. So there is no connection with the grid line. So that's the reason we say it is zero electricity. When it is not connected with the grid line, so from where the electricity bill will go? So there is no bill. So you can run your fan, washing machine, everything of DC appliances only. So the entire system will be DC solar system. So whatever you run will not have any connection with the grid line. So because of that we say zero electricity bill. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Next question. Sir, you said it is 24 bar 7, 365 days. So is it going to work?
Yes, definitely. It is going to work because the same thing it is. From morning, you need to have, especially I am going to specify, you need to have monocrystalline panel. Why? Because at morning time when there is little bit of cloudy and less sunlight, the monocrystalline will start charging your battery and as well as your load also will start running. When you have polycrystalline, your real power will generate after 8:30 to 9 o'clock in the morning and it will stop generating power in high efficient after 3 p.m. it will reduce entire power in polycrystalline. But in monocrystalline, though it is having better performance and efficiency, at 5 o'clock or 4:30 maximum, it can still generate power. And in morning time also, monocrystalline will generate power by 6:30 or 6 o'clock in some of hot regions and some part of southern India or eastern India. So you will have a very good efficiency in monocrystalline, better than polycrystalline. Because many people are asking, oh, we have polycrystalline, why should we use a monocrystalline, why should we upgrade? See, because you are going to save another 5 hours, you are going to use your sunlight power. The sun rays which is going to fall on your panel in polycrystalline will be of no use from 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock or 8:30. It will be generating a very less power. So in that case, we always prefer monocrystalline panel and we always do a R&D on those panels because right now we are only suggesting low monocrystalline and Panasonic monocrystalline panels. They both are very high and good quality because Loom is giving German cells and Panasonic almost it's from Japan. So there is a very good quality in both these panels. So people will say that other panels are there, why do we take these panels, why you people are referring these panels? See, we want quality. The best performance only we will refer, otherwise no. So that's the reason. We always give a very good quality. Because of that reason you will have no power failures, no service will be required. Once installation is done, we will have our service backup team who will take care each 2 times free service we have in a year. So where we take care of all the fan speed, DC appliances, lumens of the light, and everything is working fine, battery is not getting heated, entire process we have. So we take care of the entire system systematically. So because of that, we always say 365 days it will run, and we are always 24/7. We are ready for the customer backup with the service backup. So whenever there is a call, if suppose you are sleeping at night, suddenly your fan doesn't work, what are you going to do? You are going to wait for the morning, right? So in that case, what happens? 3 a.m., 4 a.m. you can just call and tell that sir we have, or you can just mail us. You can send a message that there is a power breakdown. So immediately by 8 to 9 o'clock, your problem will be solved in the morning. By anyhow, we are going to fix if there is a fan problem or a light problem or entire solar system breakdown. So we will get a replacement done, or immediately we will give the service, so that within 1 to 2 hours you get your backup if it is midnight. And daytime, within 24 hours we are going to give you the service. That's for sure from our company.
Thank you, sir. Now moving to the next one. Some customers are claiming that existing lights and fans are going to be replaced with pure DC lights and fans. Why, sir?
Yeah, see, in solar systems, especially in DC systems, what happens is at night times, especially at night times, when you give the power from battery, the battery initial power is 12 volts and it is the fixed power 12 volt. So what happens if you use a inverter like from DC to AC, converting from 12 volt to 220, definitely it is going to put a lot of pressure and load on the battery. In a long run, the battery will never work for like 10 years or 7 years. You are going to spend your hard-earned money, and you are just going to do experiment. You can do this, but remember always, if you use a 12 volt or 24 volt DC appliances, your battery will not have any load. 3 times charging capacity will get, and your deep discharge will also not damage the battery. So due to this, we give minimum warranty of 5 years with the battery, because like there are many companies like Okaya, and Excite, they give 5 years of warranty. When they give 5 years of warranty, the warranty period is 5 years, but your battery will surely run for 10 years or 9 years, because though you are using a 12 volt appliances, it will not have a much load on the battery, due to which it will give a very smooth running, and there will be of no damage, because there is no power fluctuation in DC system. In 12 volts, in 24 volts, you don't have any power fluctuation, so your appliances are not going to damage. It will have a very good long run. In alternate current, like in our 220 volt fan and lights, lot of bulb get into fuse. Sometimes LED doesn't work, it blinks. Sometimes fan doesn't catch a good speed. Even you can see in DC system, there is nothing. There is no bulb is going to get flicker, because it's direct current of 12 volt. Fan is also 12 volt. So what happens? Your fan doesn't get heated up, and it doesn't slow down. The most important thing is brightness should not reduce, fan should not slow down. These are the 2 parameters we always keep on eye, that fan and light should always remain on constant for entire your system works. In that case, what happens is, we take every 6 months we give a 2 service, where we check the fan speed, where the RPM should not reduce and the brightness of the light also should not reduce. Keeping on those things, we use DC booster. Suppose if there is a fan which is in a first floor and your battery is on ground floor, so you have a lot of distance. So even though if you use a high copper wire of a thickness of like 8 mm, 10 mm, that will not make any difference. You need to use a DC to DC booster. And in morning times, the solar charge controller also will generate 14 volts. Again, at the same time, you should not burn your LED lights, so you need to step down that voltage. So you need to have a step down and step up automatic booster. So these all systems we keep in mind and do the installation. So many people, they just ask, okay, we will do our self installations. That is can do, it is good. But first you need to know what is the calculations and how it should be installed.
Thank you very much, sir. Now we're going to move to the next questions. Sir, can you please tell us, explain us what is the difference between solar inverter and solar DC system?
See, solar DC system is an independent system. There is no connection with the grid. 24/7, 365 days you are going to run your fan, lights and other DC appliances 24 hours with no grid line. And there is no power cut because it is your power you are generating and you are using it. So there is no power cut, no generators required, no inverters required. So why we say this is solar DC system and that is a solar inverter. Many people are asking, sir, I require 1 kilowatt, I require 10 kilowatts. That is only used in solar inverters, not in solar DC system. Because our fan is like 35 watt, lights are 10 watts, 20 watts. Our maximum it will go around 400 or 300 watts. So in that case what we do is, the solar inverters, they actually generate power in morning time from solar grid, and at evening time it runs from the grid. So on morning time it runs from solar and evening it runs from grid. So you need to pay your electricity bill. Maybe you are paying 3,000 rupees a month. If you use a solar inverter, if there is a power cut, then only you are going to get your power backup from the solar inverter. If you have done a hybrid inverter which runs from solar in the morning and night times it runs from grid, so you are going to get a like if you are giving 3,000 rupees a month, then you are going to get a bill of 2,000 rupees in that case. But in this system there is no bill, you are going to save your entire hard earned money. So many people they think what we want to go with 1 kilowatt, this kilowatt, so a lot of problems. So what we do, because in inverter, in solar inverter you are not going to change your fan, lights, existing appliances, but in solar DC system you need to change your fan, lights, because it has to be converted into 12 volts. So due to those reasons we need to change your existing fan and lights. So in that case many our customers they hesitate why we need to change our fan lights. See, the fan lights which are almost 20 years, 25 years old, people still they hesitate to change their fan and light. And even in a normal way, when there was Edison's bulb, so now we are using LED. So it takes time for people to accept the change. So many they challenge, this is DC system, we are doing marketing. No, nothing like that. I request all who are viewing our video, you just take one panel, one fan, one battery and one bulb. Taste it. You can see the result of yourself. It will give you 10 years. Your battery will run for 10 years and you can see how smoothly it runs. There is no interruption, there is no power cut, so smooth, and there is no electricity. So in that case, please do, when any of our customers they call, we first educate them what is actually DC system. So that is very important to know what is DC system. So people always think that we are into solar inverters. Sorry, we are not into that. We are complete DC system, and we are sure that we are expanding in a very good way. Lot of recently some projects have come, and we are doing into automations also. So lot of future, there is a very good future in solar DC system. And really the solar DC system is also helping us in charging your car, which is electric car. So right now the electric cars which are powered with lithium-ion batteries, when you charge it you need to spend a lot of money by spending a high power charger. So when you use a solar DC system to charge through the DC charger, it will be very effective because you are not going to pay any money to charge your car. And when you travel, you definitely know from charging a car doesn't cost you, and while traveling also you don't require any petrol, diesel, so you are completely free from transportation, free of electricity. So just that is the very most advantage of this solar DC system. That is what we are trying to promote in the entire market.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Like to the next question now. Some people, what they are saying that we will do self installation. though they have their plans, they want to sell installation. So why there is a problem in doing this? Please explain.
See, self-installation, yes, people can do. They can do a R&D by themselves. But when you're installing by your own in a like 3 BHK house or 4 BHK house, you need to have certain parameters keeping in mind, like the voltage should not drop. If the voltage drop, what should I do by keeping the step down and step up voltages? And how the parameters are going to adjust by themselves, the voltage. What the solar charge controller can do. How much battery backup I should have at the night. Suppose if I use like 2 fans and 4 lights, like an example. So first I need to calculate how much is my load watt. Like fans are 35, 70 watts and if I use 4 lights, so it's like 110 watt. So for 2 BHK house I'm fine with 2 fans and 4 lights. So like in one bedroom we'll have 2 lights. Now I need to calculate the load is only 110 watts. So how much battery I should require? So there is a battery of 100 Ah will do for this. So when the 100 Ah battery is connected, so evening 6 PM, like evening 6 to morning 7 to 8 also, it will give the entire backup. Still, after giving the backup, it should have a battery range of minimum of 20 to 10% to keep the battery life more effective. So that is the way we need to calculate. So it should not have too much of pressure on the battery to drain the battery completely. So we should have at 10 to 20% of the battery at the morning. So once the sunlight starts running, at that time again it will run the battery, it will charge the battery and it will run the load too. So in that case you won't feel any difference that okay, I have done a self installation, then you will have a lot of problem. So what happens in self installation, many of the parameters you used to miss it. Like we need to calculate that battery should have 10 to 20% of the life at the morning times when it switches from the panel. So the panel gives the entire power in the morning time to run the load. 110 watt will be running the load and other watt will be charging your battery. So in that case, your calculations, your wiring, your devices, your parameters of calculations, everything should remain in a very perfect way, so that you should not have any wrong calculation. Because of wrong calculations, your battery will damage, your appliances will heat up, the solar charge controller will start malfunctioning, your panel also will not able to pick up some loads. So because of these things, we give a complete service backup. We do the installation. So what are the things required actually? Many people they just take it as just a lantern, a small bulb, then one small solar cells and small battery. Just for experiment purpose it is okay. But when you go in a very professional way by doing your house and all, because we have to keep everything in mind that a person while sleeping at night he should not feel that okay the fan is gone, now what I am going to do. So those things should not take place. The fan should not burn out. The solar charge controller should not go into short circuit and of wrong polarity connection. It should not damage the solar charge controller. So because of those things we keep everything in mind and we do the connections. So on that way we really advise viewers and customers, please don't do your self installations. You can do small experiments, that is good, you can do a lot of R&D, but self-installation in a house or in a commercial place, that may have a lot of risk. But all the best, sir, people are learning and accepting, they learn and they do. So all the best to our customers and viewers.
Thank you very much, sir.
Well,
So we have the last questions that our customers have, like your viewers also have these questions. So how about your quality, Prozone solar systems quality?
see sir, from the beginning I told you that we always keep the quality first, because many of our dealers, distributors, they keep calling and saying that sir, your price is too high compared to other companies and all. We always say we cannot compromise with quality. The moment we reduce the quality, we will reduce the price, and our customers are going to suffer for that, and we don't want that. We want the best always, because we give the best service and quality. So only we are getting a lot of projects and a lot of quality projects we are getting. So because this is a power generating system. So when you give a power generation system to any customer, you need to have a perfect quality. Because at night times, the same example, at night time it should not break down. Because in some places like Rajasthan, Jaipur and Andhra Pradesh, Orissa, all these hot places, when power gets break down at night 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock, people are going to suffer like anything. So on those bases we need to have the best quality. I will give a small example like in aircrafts. Why they don't compromise with quality? Because it is risk of life. Completely risk of life. Because you need to have a very good quality because it's flying. And something goes wrong, if you give a bad quality, it's going to crash. So that's a different example. But when I take into solar system, this is also a power generating. Imagine a 3 BHK house, you are doing some work, something is going, entire power breakdown. So what are you going to do? Half the night, because suppose it's a midnight, even we can take this service call, but we cannot attend immediately at midnight. So we have to wait for our engineers to come in the morning and then they attend. So that is the real practical thing. So that is the reason we give the best service and quality. The devices and appliances remain on a little bit of higher side because of the quality, because some circuit boards, some winding of copper wires and other like ball bearings and everything are of all branded companies. So because of those brands, the prices are also high. So due to that, many of our dealers and distributors, they say, sir, your price is too high compared to others. So in that case, what we do, we always, okay, if you are not willing to take from us, it's okay. But we cannot never compromise with quality.